get here. Back in and begins to say like you did before. Make it drink, make it bleed, make it really suck.
Track 2 was the first single from the album. That's very surprising to me, but also the video. We didn't talk about the video for Fuel, but it's pretty standard bearer, fast cars doing stuff, you know. The video for Memory Remains is very memorable. It's one of their cooler ones where they actually have like them on this platform that's spinning around or up like around a room, like not like around this way, but like a seesaw, but or a pendulum going, but all the way around. And the way they did that is that they move the camera around, and it's really cool. But the Memory Remains, this also features guest vocals from Marianne Faithfull, written by Lars and James. Definitely a bit of a different feel coming in from Fuel. I think it's a pretty cool track. Oddly enough, this song has become a staple for the live crowd. And because of the guest vocals, it has her creepily doing the na-na-nas. And then for the live, see, the thing is, the live version of the song has a different feel than the album version. The album version is a little bit more of a vibe. Live, they kind of like perk it up a little bit, and they have it's like built-in crowd interaction with the na-na-nas. And they have Kirk play the like single guitar line while they're doing it. That way they can kind of, you know, mimic the guitar thing, go along with it. But the reason why I like that it's built-in crowd interaction is that it's not super obvious crowd interaction. You know, like let the bodies hit the floor. Everyone's shouting 1, 2, 3.
We're counting
4.
today.
You know,
I like counting.
I like, by the way, Brandon, I like how because we were talking about this the other day at work, and like we ended up having a whole conversation about drowning pool.
Yep.
Never thought I'd have that conversation. But
No.
here we are.
No, yeah, that conversation is spurred on just from my comparison because, you know, I like how the song has become a live song, but I never would have thought that this song would become the live interactive staple, like or one of them, because you have the na-na-nas here, and then you have Creeping Death's Die. Everybody in the crowd chanting Die.
Yeah,
it's a very different vibe and feel, but you also get everybody involved. So this time we'll start with Nate. Nate, what do you got for your thoughts on Memory Remains?
It's a headbanger. This is a commentary on the Hollywood lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Again, with the clever duality of how he's using his words, and it can also kind of feel like you could take the Memory Remains as a personal story, but really, if you think about what he's singing about, it's very much like the Hollywood lifestyle, sucking those kind of people in. I love that it's a very powerful and epic song, like a return to Metallica's epic. Not the same as their old school epic, but it's leveled up a little bit. The guitars hook you. I love the Fade to Black reference. Like, again, them able to be self-referential in a way that isn't snobbish or pretentious. They're clever about it. I love, one of my all-time favorite things in this song is James yelling, suck it. Like, just yelling suck it to the crowd is just like, fuck yeah, man. Get it, buddy. The haunting ending is super unforgettable, and I love that the final line, say yes, at least say hello. Ugh.
That is a nod to the movie The Misfits, which was the last completed movie which Marilyn Monroe starred in.
And also the reason The Misfits as a band is named The Misfits.
Mm-hmm. Nice little bit of a meta thing going on there.
Super beautiful tip of the cap to that era.
Also, a quick tidbit. When asked if he would have bought Reload, bassist Jason Newsted said, "Not if I heard the Memory Remains first." Not sure what that means. Maybe he would. Maybe he thought the song was a bit of a departure. But yeah, no, this was again their singles for the Load and Reloads. They all have kind of a new, like a different vibe artwork to them that you put them together. And it kind of makes something. But let's go with Nick next. What'd you think of Memory Remains?
I liked it. My first note was about the weird little voice. I love the na 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 na. That was so good. It was another teaser solo, I thought. But overall, there's a lot of catchy stuff in there. 1 thumbs up.
One thumbs up. Marianne
One
Faithful,
thumbs up.
That's not how we rate things here.
James.
I want to add new mechanics.
There we go. We're always adding in new stuff here on Rank 'Em All. James wanted Marianne Faithful's vocals. He felt her weathered, smelling the cigarettes on the CD voice fit what he
Yes.
described as the whole eeriness of the Sunset Boulevard feel of the song.
Wow.
Perfect. Also, I want to quickly note 290 is the number of live appearances of Memory Remains.
Yeah, and surprisingly, again, kind of going back to what I thought of surprising. Okay, number one, this is one of the songs that's featured on both S&M sets. And when they do the second one on S&M 2, the crowd keeps the na-na-na chants going well after they've stopped playing.
Solid minute.
And they won't stop. Like, they just keep going, and they keep going, and they keep going. And well, James starts the track by saying, let's show the symphony how loud you guys can get. And I'm like, I remember when Nate and I were at the concert at the theater, we're like, well, what song are they going to play? And instead I'm like, oh, really? This one? They're going to get the crowd going on this one, but I'll be damned if they didn't do it. Dick, what'd you think about Memory Remains?
Pretty killer song. Back to the na 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 parts. Marianne Faithful sounds like it's the quintessential gypsy sound in my head. It's hypnotizing.
Mm-hmm.
It's hypnotizing. I like how the song starts. It feels like it's gonna be a fucking kick in the teeth, and then it slows down. It slows into that groove, and that's cool. Overall, I mean, it's not my favorite of the Metallica hits, but it's a good song.
Interesting that they led with this as the single instead of Fuel.
There was
Yeah.
probably a lot of arguing about that too, would be my assumption. That's probably why Jason said what he said.
Because it was the first single, and maybe he agreed with James, because I can see James saying, no, you got to do Fuel first. But
This was the voting. It was James and Jason that wanted Fuel to be first. You had Lars and Kirk that wanted it to be Memory, and Bob sided with Lars and Kirk.
it's
to
not
push
usually
it.
Bob though. Well, for the single, it's always the Cliff Bernstein or with.
That's right.
If there's a tiebreaker, it's always their management that kind of steps in. Maybe Bob had a voice in because just like what he said for Black Album, he thought that Holier Than Now would have been the first single based off the music when that was done, and they're like, man, that's really heavy and just fast and gets the energy pumping. Nate, what'd you give this one for a ranking?
9.75. It is genuinely one of my favorite Metallica tracks. Just it is memorable.
Ah.
See what you did there.
I don't know if the pun was intended, but guess maybe.
Nick, what do you got for rank, man?
I give this one a 6.5 as well.
6.5. Dick?
That's solid.
I'm gonna go with an 8.
An 8. I also gave it an 8. No, I really dig the track, and it's. I think I do like the live version better because I do like that audience interaction. But the vibe of this song when you listen to it, coming off of Fuel, you're ready to go. You're ready to just speed down the road, and then you get Memory, and it kind of like gets you to like lay off the pedal just a little bit.